good morning to Ginny. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks, Chloe. And hi, everyone. Thanks for tuning in, especially if you're as early as I am in the Bay Area. I'm really glad to be here with you today and help kickstart what looks like it's going to be a fantastic event. I'd like to start us off, as Chloe said, by looking at the next chapter in the CMO's journey. And I'm going to use that word change. This has been a year of seismic change, changes everywhere. Almost everything we knew about business, technology, and people at large is being disrupted, from how we interact, to how and where we work, to how and what we buy, and even what we value. Business models have fundamentally changed, and they're never going to fully return to the way things were. Digital is exploding as physical and digital lives continue to converge. Channels are proliferating. We're seeing the rise of voice, for example, which is predicted to be more than a $100 billion market by 2023. TikTok, which was already a growing at something like 70% a year. And I know that my 8-year-old is definitely fueling that growth, but now it's exploding into B2B. We're seeing next-gen social like Clubhouse taking off and new worlds being created. Fortnite was a cultural phenomenon. And for my 13-year-old, it was definitely a phenomenon that lasted quite a while in this house. But life in the metaverse is rapidly becoming a strong feature of our business future too. So this uncharted territory opens up a plethora of potential worlds and opportunities. Some are scary, some are exciting, and many of them are still unexplored. And amid all this disruption, what can we be certain of? We can be certain that it's the CMOs who are customer obsessed, who have pivoted to harness all these changes, who are successful. They've galvanized the entire business around delivering exceptional experiences to their customers, their employees, and communities. These are experiences that respond to their customers' new, often unmet, and frequently changing needs. These are experiences that are purpose-led, and they're employee enabled, that help to maintain intimacy and build trust in brand new ways. At Accenture, we call it the business of experience, and we believe that marketing can lead the way. So, brands are under intense pressure to stand for something bigger than what they sell. 8 out of 10 consumers say that a brand's purpose is just as important as having a great experience. And brands are expected to show their commitment to their purpose and values in the experiences they offer customers. And a brand's vision and commitment to improving the quality and equality of humans' lives and demonstrating it through the experiences it delivers can play a critical role in its growth. As marketers at Accenture, we've had to disrupt traditional approaches to demonstrate that we're a company that clients want to do business with, that people want to work for, and that communities believe that we can help create pathways. We realized that we needed to bring this to life by creating exceptional, hyper-personalized experiences for our people, our clients, and our communities. And this is the foundation of the business of experience. We're all in the business of experience. And when you embrace that, you drive value. And you can also change entire cultures as a result. And that's a good thing. So the foundation of creating exceptional experiences starts with inspiring your people to not just buy into your brand, but to embody it. At Accenture, the concept of creating value by harnessing change is central to our purpose and our brand expression. Our global rebrand in October last year was our most significant in more than 10 years. And so it's a creative and strategic landmark for us. I'll let the creative do the talking. Let's take a look.
With a bang, energy and change came to every part of our universe. Seismic or small, it continues.
Change is all around us, shaped by technology and human ingenuity. We can make it work for you and your business.
As the spot says, change is all around us. So we offered our people the opportunity to be the change that they want to see, to internalize it and own it and commit to it and then activate change. So when we launched, social media lit up organically with 22 million impressions of our logo, each individually customized by our own people. Our people became the brand. User-generated content, personal sharing, and embodiment were key for grassroots activation. People were creating original music and art and poetry, and now we have photography of our change makers all over the world. And then we're using that photography in our marketing campaign. So it brings that level of authenticity. So, it was interesting to see that at a time when disconnection ruled, our people found a way to break through and connect through a shared experience and a shared purpose. And our brand is all the stronger because of it. We recognize our people are our most important stakeholders. So our goal is to create highly personalized experiences for our people, elevating their experiences to the level of the client experiences we create. So, one small example is that we transformed a typical corporate town hall into an entirely new experience we call the huddle. And in the huddle, our North America CEO speaks from the heart. He's authentic and transparent, and he doesn't shy away from the tough topics like mental health or organizational changes. He'll anticipate them actually and address them right up front. And then we'll do a Q&A with our leaders that is very real and authentic. It has no canned questions, and we give more than half of the agenda to our people's burning questions. And what we found is that builds trust by showing that our leaders have the courage to tackle anything that could come up in the Q&A. Let's take a quick look at the teaser.
The future has probably never been less certain. But what is certain, what is clearer than ever, is our capacity as human beings for change, for compassion, our will to power through, to just make it work, together. Maybe not shoulder to shoulder, but still side by side. To celebrate what makes us great, to motivate us to do more, and to collaborate to make it happen. To be the change, to come together, to join our huddle.
One of the hottest topics that we debate in the huddle is returning to the office. For some of our people, the thought of returning to the office fills them with huge anxiety. For others, it's excitement. They can't wait to get back. So we created a way to help our people define their own experiences. It wasn't a survey, it was a conversation. Change at Work was a live 3-day social dialogue, which got thousands of employees talking about what they need to feel seen, safe, connected, and courageous. We covered topics like belonging, recognition, and career satisfaction, as well as very prosaic questions around whether people wanted to come into the office full time. It was a really highly personalized experience because our people could choose which conversations to join and which ones to comment on, which topics to follow. They could dip in and out of the dialogue, sharing ideas and reactions as quickly as a tweet. But most importantly, the experience gave everyone the opportunity to be part of the solution and co-create the future of work together. One solution that we think might appeal to both those who don't want to come into the office and those who do is what we call the nth floor. We're building a global virtual version of Accenture. We've got more than 530,000 people at Accenture, and we've never had a single headquarters or campus. So this virtual dimension of working has a huge unrealized potential for us. In the not too distant future, we believe that every brand will have a metaverse. In fact, eventually everyone will have their own metaverse. Now, it turns out that our clients have many of the same concerns our employees do. The top 3 CEO level conversations we're having now, they're not about our services. They're not about even ROI, not to begin with. They're about inclusion and diversity, mental health, and returning to the office. Our customers and theirs are also focused on purpose. And it's opened the door to different conversations with clients about navigating change and understanding that you can do good and do well. So big airport media buys are out. Creating connections and experiences that show we understand our customers' changing needs is in, and it's top of our agenda. Our focus, as I said at the beginning, is using technology to create extremely immersive human-to-human interactions. So what do I mean by that? Let me give you an example in the consumer world. A great example is Nike. Nike is not just selling you a pair of running shoes. It's about helping you be the best athlete you can be by creating an interconnected ecosystem of trainers, running buddies, nutritionists, all enabled by technology. Nike knows that when a consumer connects with them on 2 or more platforms, it has the potential to quadruple their revenue because the consumer is no longer simply shopping. They're part of an experience, a connected community. At Accenture, we have our account-based marketers, and their role is to curate tailored end-to-end client experiences and journeys. It's a hyper-personalized approach with very precise, very targeted messaging and integrated touch points to specific individuals. It starts with creating engaging content through our thought leadership engine, and then that content is powered with technology to tailor messages to those specific audiences, whether it's through precision plays in search, social, or programmatic, or using marketing automation tools like Eloqua to be super relevant and capture mindsets. It also allows us to constantly optimize and use the content to help convert people's interest into having a human-to-human experience with our people. Even in this virtual world, immersive experiences can really deepen client relationships. Next week, to honor Juneteenth, we're using digital twin technology to bring 1,000 clients to a virtual experience at Harlem's Apollo Theatre, where we'll feature Pharrell Williams and the work his foundation is doing, along with other leaders driving change in business and society. So our clients will get to have a virtual tour of the Apollo and participate in really vital conversations about how do we empower the next generation of African American and Black creators and innovators. And experiences like this would not have been possible 2 years ago, not the depth of conversation, nor the advanced technology, nor the level of client intimacy that an experience like this delivers. So that leads me to marketing's role in helping create experiences in our communities. How can we as marketers lead change and help make a lasting impact? It's not simply endorsing or supporting organizations. It's about becoming the shepherds of a movement that are tied to your values, your purpose, and your passion. And it's not about optics, it's about outcomes. Being transparent, being empathetic, but most importantly, taking concrete actions. It's about being willing to have those hard conversations that can change our communities. It's how we get through the trying times, and it's how we get to better times. At Accenture, we recognize the responsibility that comes with having a platform and the privilege of having a voice. And we believe in using it to create momentum for what we stand for and for what we value. Here are some of the examples of the real, raw conversations we're convening to inspire people to think differently.
It's clear today's leaders have to be comfortable also being vulnerable themselves.
We all are carrying these different layers and different challenges, but at the end of the day, it is about us persevering and protecting humanity and humanizing each other.
I have had to learn the hard way that I must fill my own well before I can adequately serve others. And that is the message I'm trying to show so many other women.
My intention is to create dialogue so that this isn't just a moment. If you and I can have conversations and people, one, learn about things that they've wanted to ask but haven't, but more importantly, that it inspires them to then go have a conversation with someone, to me, that would be success.
I think that everything great is birthed through discomfort. And the goal and the objective is to get a little uneasy, if you will, for the sake and for the goal of greater good, greater change.
The path to progress is change, and change requires action. One action that we took was to convene our clients and partners to create a nationwide network of apprentices who earn while they learn. The apprenticeship program has opened many people's eyes to great alternatives to traditional career paths, and it's opening up new opportunities and experiences from people from all kinds of backgrounds, whether they have a college degree or not. The way we see it, there's no shortage of bright people with big ideas. And we're acutely aware that technology has the power to be a unifier, but it can also be a divider. And there are so many Americans at risk of being left behind. So it's our responsibility to help reskill workers whose jobs have been or will be disrupted by technology. To date, we've created jobs, great jobs, digital jobs for more than 1,000 people who've been through our program. And now our goal across the network is to create 10,000 apprenticeships nationwide by 2030. So it's a win for us because it expands our talent pipeline, it creates a path to progress, and without a doubt, helps Accenture achieve better business results. And it's a great example of an experience that's not just about optics, it's delivering concrete outcomes. I truly believe that marketing professionals must thrive on change. It must be in our DNA. We as marketers can really lead the way in embracing change. When I think about, the future of marketing, my mantra is metaphysical. And the last time I think I used the word metaphysical was when I was studying the poet John Donne at school. So it's a slightly different definition of metaphysical, but I close my eyes and I forget the reality I know so that I can see the new world that I don't know. We must embrace change, its nature and its pace. But at the same time, we cannot lose touch with our humanity, our empathy, and our ethics. Purposeful change enabled by technology and human ingenuity is something I think we can all embrace. Thank you for listening.
Thank you so much, Ginny. That was incredible. I love the idea of your Juneteenth event that's coming up. That sounds incredible. I'm insanely jealous. So I did want to touch on a couple of bits. Now, you may not know this, but the session we've got coming up next is all about predicting trends and anticipating the conversation. And after everything you've mentioned, obviously the one thing that is for certain is that things are going to change. But I wonder, what do you anticipate for the next couple of years as a marketing leader? How do you think the landscape is going to change even further?
I think that it's a journey that's metaphysical. I mean, and what I mean by that is the blurring of lines between what we thought was real and what will be real. Digital is going to continue to explode. There are so many examples. I mentioned TikTok in my talk. Users are averaging 52 minutes a day, consuming content that's just 60 seconds. So that's at least 52 moments of content consumption every day. We're going to see more channels. I mentioned voice. Voice is back with a vengeance. And we forget that voice is one of the most intimate, personal, and fun mediums. So I think we're going to see a lot more in the emergence of voice. And then connected to that, these embedded and standalone voice devices and apps are being adopted at a faster rate than the internet or the smartphone were adopted. In fact, Google announced last year that the percentage of voice searches had gone from 20% to 50% in less than 2 years. Data, you talked about the next session. I mean, there's 90% of the world's data was generated in the last 2 years. But what I'm really most excited about is that there are going to be more worlds. I love the whole digital twin technology space. I mean, that right now is a $3 billion market. It's going to go to 48 billion in the next 5 years. And so I mentioned that we're building this nth floor at Accenture, and it is a truly global version of Accenture, and anybody in the world, wherever they're based, in all the countries that we're in, can be a part of that global world. So I do think that we're going to see a time quite quickly where every brand is going to have its own metaverse. And I could see a time when every single person has its own metaverse. So I'm excited about what's coming.
good luck with the next few steps of your journey. And if you are sticking around for the rest of the summit today, enjoy it. And hopefully we'll get to speak to you soon.
Thanks so much, Chloe.
Thanks
for having me.
A pleasure.
Bye.
Thank you.